fear as a tool.
What you really fear is inside yourself.
Inside, I am more.
To conquer fear, you must become fear. You must bask in the fear of other men.
Blood bets, lost the win.
That's frightened me. This time my enemies shared my dread.
So, fear. Fear is a tool. Fear is what stops us from making stupid decisions that get ourselves killed. Now, fear can be a good thing. Fear triggers the fight or flight response inside our nervous system. What this means is that if you notice fight or flight, you can fight fear. You don't have to let it completely control you. You don't have to let it take over your life. You can fight back against fear. You don't have to let it consume you. Now, you can use fear and embrace it just as you've run from it. Watch. In this life, we are either running towards something or running away from something. You see, in this life, we're either running towards something or away from something. Whether that's you running towards something like your goals or your aspirations or whatever it may be, or you running away from something like a life that you hate, a life that you don't want to deal with, that you hate waking up in the morning to. You're either running towards something or away from something. Now, the funny part is that it doesn't really matter which one it is, whether you're running away from something or whether you're running towards something. The only thing that matters is why. The why. Why are you running? Not exactly the what are you running towards or away from, but why are you running? That's the keynote here. Why? Are you running towards your goals because you love winning and you just want to be a winner? Or are you running away from your goals because you hate losing and you can't stand to lose and you can't do it anymore? And you can't look at yourself in the mirror because when you look in the mirror, you see a loser and you just can't live that life. So you run away from being a loser. Now, I'll tell you something. When you take this kind of mindset of running away from being a loser, running away from being a coward, this actually drives you so much more than running towards your goals or running just to win. You'll run much farther and get much further in life if you run because you hate losing versus if you run because you just simply love winning. So when you're winning, it feels so good because you get something new, something that you didn't have before. But when you lose, you get what is already yours and you get it taken from you. You get it stripped out of your very hands and not given back. That's why losing feels so much worse than winning. There's a phenomenon in psychology and it's called loss aversion. Now, what this is basically a chemical bias in your brain that makes losing feel twice as worse as the pleasure of winning. Put simply, the experience we get from losing is twice as intense as the pleasure that we get from winning the same thing. If one day you opened your wallet and you found an extra $100, you feel good. But if one day you open your wallet and you go to reach for that $100 that you know you have and it's not there, it feels so much worse. That's why losing feels so much worse than winning. Because we as humans understand that on a biological level, we cannot have everything. We want everything, but we understand that it's just physically not possible. You can't have a beachfront property in the mountains where it's snowing, in the desert, and right there on the lake. You can't have everything all in once. We understand this. But having what's yours stripped from you and taken from you, that is something that we can feel. That's something that's physically ripped from us. We can't allow that. We can't accept that. Now, guess what? Fear only arises in one of these equations, whether you're running towards something or whether you're running away from something. Guess which one fear arises in? I'll let you take a guess. And I'll let you take a guess as to which one is more powerful. Which one is more of a powerful driving force for your life. It's obviously the one with fear. You see, when a lion chases a gazelle, but it's already had its meal for the day, so it's just running to get extra food, in this case, running to win, the lion will not run as fast as if he was hungry and he hadn't eaten that day or the day before. In this case, running so he won't lose, so he won't starve to death. And on the other hand, if the gazelle is running just to run, just to see how fast it can run or whatever the case may be, you'll notice that it won't run as fast as if the lion is right behind it chasing it. Because now, instead of running just to run or just for the love of the game, the gazelle is running for its life. If it doesn't run fast enough, it will die. The lion will catch up behind it and it will catch him and he will die. And what's the difference in between these two situations where he's running just to run and he's running away from the lion? It's fear. Fear of death. Fear that there will be no more for him. Fear is a tool. Fear is powerful. You can use fear. You don't have to let it paralyze you, but you can use it. So, how can you use fear? If fear is just a chemical reaction in our brain, how can we use it? How can we override it? How can we use it to benefit ourselves in our everyday lives? Now, when you get that feeling of fear in your stomach or in your body, one of three things will happen. The first thing is that you'll freeze. You'll freeze up, you'll tense up, you won't know what to do, you'll be scared. You'll give all power to an external force, you'll just hope the threat goes away. That's literally all. You won't do anything, you'll just freeze up, just hope that the threat goes away. The second option is that you'll simply just stop and turn around. You'll run the other way. The third option is that you'll stop, make a quick assessment of what's going on, make a quick assessment of the situation. You'll stand up straight, you'll lift your head up, you'll pump your chest out, and you'll run forward, guns blazing. Now, these are the only three outcomes that can happen. One of these three things has to happen. There's no other outcomes that can happen. There's nothing else that can happen. It's one of these three. Now, all of these are okay, but not all of these are the right answer. We know this. We know that running away from our fears is never going to be the answer. We know that stopping and being paralyzed by our fears is as well not the answer. We know the only right answer is to stop and to confront it, to confront our fear, to face it head on. So step one to overcoming your fear is simply just admit that it is fear that's holding you back. It is fear that's stopping you from moving forward. If you're anything like me, fear has never been your problem because when you see fear, you're able to overcome it. You're able to assess the situation and see, okay, I feel like this. I feel this way. I feel whatever for this reason. It's illogical. It's not helping me right now. Let me just disregard that feeling. Let me move forward despite what I'm feeling because I know it's the right thing to do. So fear has never really been your problem, except this time it's manifested itself a little bit different. It's the same fear, but it just put itself in a different packaging. And so it feels a little bit different. It's disguised itself. It doesn't show up as fear. It shows up as maybe anxiety or maybe depression or whatever the case may be. It shows up a little bit differently. And so it feels paralyzing, but it's the same old fear you've always dealt with. Again, it's just wrapped itself in a different packaging. And so step one, admitting that it actually is fear that's holding you back and not just something else, not just a deeper root cause. If you're able to admit that it's just fear and that you actually are scared, that's just step one. If you're able to do that, that'll lead you on to step two, which is finding out the root cause of that fear. What's causing you to feel this way and why? Why now? Why all of a sudden? Why when you're about to make a breakthrough? Why this? Why that? Just question why and what's on the other side. If you're able to overcome the fear, what's on the other side of it? What benefit? What promotion? What extra money? What business? What person will you meet? What will happen? What will change in your life? What is on the other side of you overcoming that fear? If you ask these questions and you find the answer to them, what's the root cause of the fear? Why is that the root cause? And what's on the other side of the fear? Then and only then will you be able to move you on to step number three, which is rewriting your mindset. The same brain that got you here will not get you there. The same brain that got you into this mess will not be the same brain that gets you out. It doesn't work like that. You need to rewrite your mindset. You need to think differently. Now, as you've done a million times before in your head in the past, go through your thought processes. But as you go through them, take note of why. Why are you giving yourself the reasons you're giving yourself? Why is this the reason that's holding you back? Why is it fear? Why is it this fear in specific? Just ask why. Take note of why. Now, go through it again, but as you go through it, make one small difference. Ask yourself, does this give me power in this situation or does it take power from me? Does believing this kind of mindset, does believing in this kind of framework give me power or does it take power? Does it make me a better person at the end of the day or does it make me a worse person? Does it make me a more fearful person or does it make me a more confident person? Does it make me a more outgoing person? Does it make me a more shy person? Believing in things that don't give you power is the one surefire way to make sure your life is worse than it can be. To make sure you don't do with your life what you were supposed to do, what you were put on this earth to do. In this life, you should only believe in things that give you power. Now, even if it's not true, I don't care if it's fake, even if it's not true, accept only what makes you a better person. Only accept what makes you a better person, even if it's not true. I don't care if people say that the sky is blue, but you say that the sky is red. If you say the sky is red, then the sky is red. It does not matter what people say. If you believing that the sky is red makes you a better person, if it makes you get out of bed sooner, if it makes you work longer, if it makes you hit the gym harder, if it makes you love people better and more compassionately, if it makes you a better person, then the sky is red. All others be damned. It does not matter what they think of you. It does not matter if they think you're crazy because you think the sky is red. If it brings you more power into your life and it makes you a better person, then believe it. If you're more happier because of it, if you're more grateful because of it, if you're a more confident person, if your life is noticeably more better because of it, then you are a better person because of it. And it is a belief worth having. It is a belief worth keeping. So just a quick recap of everything that we have so far. So step one is just admitting that you're scared, admitting that it actually is fear that's holding you back. Step two is just finding out the root cause of that fear. What is it that's scaring you and why? And what's on the other side of that fear? And step three is just once you find out everything, the why and what's on the other side, just rewrite your mindset. Rewrite your mindset. Only accept what makes you a better person. If it's not making you a better person, don't adapt that kind of mindset. Don't adapt that belief. Only adapt beliefs that make you better. Now, all of this leads us on to the fourth and final step, which is once you've taken that time to take a deep dive into your own psyche, into your own mind, to figure out everything, the whys, the what's, the hows, everything. Once you've figured out and taken the time to dive deep into your own mind, the next step is to immediately, as soon as possible, get out of your own head and go take action. Literally, the next thing that you do once you figure out what it is literally get up and move your body away from the position that you were in. Move your body towards that next step of overcoming that fear. I don't care if you don't even know what that next step is. Just get up and move your body. Write it down. Write it down. Just write down the next steps. Just write down action plans that you're going to take to overcome the next step of fear. Just write it down. Get it out of your head and onto paper. Just whatever you do, get out of your head and go take some action. Love you boys, and I'll see you in the next one.